Hi. Welcome back to Movie Explained in English. Today, I'm going to explain a comedy and fantasy film released in 2021, titled, Little Canned Men. Before we start, please subscribe the channel, your one click means a lot for us. The film starts with, Lu Shishi enters her class, proud to be the best student on campus. Their teacher, Ms. Shu, enters the classroom and sees a toy on the floor. She asks who it belongs to, and Li Xiaoman answers, saying it belongs to Pipilu. Ms. Shu returns the toy to Pipilu begrudgingly. She hands the students their grades and arranges their sitting formation. Students with high grades sit in the front, while those with lower grades sit in the back. She heads to her table and informs the students that the individual to get the highest grade by the end of the semester will win the City Achievement Award. The winner will be granted admission to the top middle school. Back home, Lu Shishi's parents are excited about the opportunity. Her mother tells her to ace her upcoming exams to ensure she gets the award, and Lu Shishi says yes. Her mother asks Pipilu what he did in school earlier in the day. Lu Shishi says Pipilu was punished for misbehaving. Their mother scolds Pipilu, asking why he isn't like his twin sister. Their father places canned meat on the table, but their mother says only Lu Shishi can eat it. Lu Shishi goes to her room and opens the can. A radiant glow emerges when she lifts the lid, making Lu Shishi step back. 5 little people peek out of the cane. They ask her who she is, which surprises Lu Shishi because they can talk. Her mother calls her, making Lu Shishi carry the can and go outside. But she remembers how her mother always threw away their pets before. So, she decides to go out with an empty cane. Her parents ask her where the meat is, but Lu Shishi tells them the cane is empty. They dismiss it and continue eating. Lu Shishi returns to her room. She takes the little people's measurements and makes garments for them based on the things they like. Since they don't have names, Lu Shishi decides to call them by their personalities. One wants to be an artist, so they call her Artist. Another wants to be a diplomat, so they give him a foreign name, John. The other loves to learn, so they call him Doctor. Another wants to protect people, so they call him Lieutenant. The last one loves performing, so they call her Singer. Lu Shishi then gives them a toy house to live in. Before sleeping, Doctor tells Lu Shishi how he wants to go with her to school, and Lu Shishi says okay. Lu Shishi goes to school with Doctor hiding in her hair. The teacher lectures about what to do when a fire happens. Doctor asks a question that catches the teacher's attention. After class, Lu Shishi tells Doctor to keep quiet inside the classroom. Liang Guo and Li Xiaoman approach her. Li Xiaoman asks her where Pipilu is. Liang Guo tries to cover for him, but Lu Shishi says he skipped class. Li Xiaoman smiles and says she'll tell Ms. Shu. Liang Guo confronts Lu Shishi, asking her why she would tattle on her brother. He grabs her arm, so Doctor pulls a string from Liang Guo's pants, causing them to fall. Other students see this and laugh at him. Meanwhile, Pipilu gets his dog, Holmes, and brings him inside Lu Shishi's room. The little people hide inside their house as Holmes starts sniffing around, but it notices them and barks. Pipilu places Holmes near the house, and he bites it. The little people are thrown around as Holmes keeps shaking their house. As John is about to fall, Lieutenant gets his pin and pricks Holmes, making him let go of the house. Pipilu sees blood on Holmes, so he goes out to get some gauze. Unfortunately, his mother comes home and hears Holmes bark. She decides to check what that sound is, but Pipilu stops her. Singer convinces the others to help Holmes escape, as the mother might throw him outside. She slowly approaches Holmes and Lieutenant gets on his back. John opens the window, enabling Holmes to escape. Later, Pipilu sees Lu Shishi sneaking out of her room. He approaches her and sees John dangling by the window. Pipilu meets all the little people and thanks them for helping Holmes escape. Lu Shishi scolds Pipilu for letting Holmes inside her room, which starts a fight. Artist tells them they should focus on finding Lieutenant and Holmes, not fighting. Pipilu takes them to where Holmes is, and they find Lieutenant. They happily reunite. Lu Shishi yawns and tells Pipilu that their mother says he can keep Holmes if he gets 90% on their exam tomorrow. Pipilu says it's impossible, so Lieutenant asks Doctor if he can do anything to help. The exam starts and Pipilu covers Doctor using his hand. Doctor starts answering Pipilu's exam, but Lu Shishi falls asleep. As the exam scores come out, their mother scolds Lu Shishi for sleeping during the test. She tells her daughter how her chances of getting the City Achievement Award is in jeopardy. Lu Shishi sobs and asks if she will still adore her even if she gets bad grades. But her mother tells her she won't, breaking Lu Shishi's heart. Meanwhile, Ms. Shu makes Pipilu retake the exam since she doesn't believe that he got a score of 100%. But through doctor's help, Pipilu keeps acing every exam Ms. Shu makes him answer. She tells him to solve a middle school level equation, which Pipilu answers perfectly. The school now celebrates Pipilu as their top student, and his parents also adore him. Rain is pouring, and the students start running inside the campus. Lu Shishi sits in the bleachers despite getting wet, but Wang Zihu covers her head with a board. They enter the campus together, where Wang Zihu tells her that a single test doesn't matter. She then gives Lu Shishi a drawing of herself holding a trophy. Lu Shishi shows it to Artist, who says Wang Zihu is an excellent artist. She agrees but says Ms. Shu took Wang Zihu's painting kit because she has bad grades. The little people think it's unfair, so they plan on sneaking inside Ms. Shu's office to take the painting kit. The next day, Lu Shishi opens the window using a stick, and the little people sneak inside. They split up and start searching. Artist finds the painting kit, and they slowly take it out of the room. Lu Shishi sees Ms. Shu coming, so she rushes to warn the little people. They double their pace and get most of the paints out. Ms. Shu enters the room, but Artist cannot leave in time, so she hides behind a thermos. As Ms. Shu prepares her drink, Artist transfers behind the green thermos since it has no contents. Ms. Shu grabs the green thermos but realizes it has no water, so she switches to the other one. Luckily, Ms. Shu doesn't see Artist. Lu Shishi returns Wang Zihu's painting kit to her. Wang Zihu is delighted and thanks her. Lu Shishi tells her she should join the upcoming art festival. Wang Zihu agrees and starts working with Artist, sketching together. Lu Shishi arrives at school one morning and learns that the delegates from UNESCO have arrived for the art festival. A student tells her that the principal instructs the students with low grades to stay away from the event. Wang Zihu walks away, but Lu Shishi takes her painting and storms to the stage. With John coaching her on what to say, Lu Shishi impresses the delegates with her ability to understand different languages. She then shows everybody Wang Zihu's painting, making everyone in attendance clap. Later, Lu Shishi sweeps the bleachers as punishment for her behavior. The other students with low grades arrive and decide to help her. After that, an announcement says that students who don't get 90% in their next exam are prohibited from joining any activities. The little people want to help the struggling students. So, Lu Shishi introduces them to her peers. The students marvel at what they're seeing. Lu Shishi tells them their plan for the exam. Lu Shishi and Doctor are to finish the exam quickly, then Artist and Singer will copy the answers. John and Lieutenant will deliver the answers to the students. Ms. Shu enters the room and tells the students to rearrange their seats. Lu Shishi and the others gasp as this ruins their plan. Everyone switches seats, and the exam begins. Artist notices Pipilu pointing at the ceiling. They look at it and figure out a new plan wherein Artist, Singer, John, and Lieutenant will climb to the edge of the walls and drop the answers from above. Lu Shishi starts answering the exam as fast as she can. Once she finishes, the little people grab the answers. They climb up and tiptoe through the narrow path. They throw the answers to the students, but Liang Guo drops the paper on the floor. Luckily, Lieutenant gives him another one. The only one left is Wang Zihu, so Artist tiptoes along the ropes of the ceiling fan. But its support breaks, causing Artist to fall. Fortunately, Lu Shishi catches her and places the answer at Wang Zihu's table. Ms. Shu asks her why she is standing, so Lu Shishi tells her she's done with the test. The students celebrate as they all receive perfect marks. They now sit at the front and are doing the activities they love. The students hand over gifts to the little people. Suddenly, they hear an announcement telling Lu Shishi and her friends to go to Ms. Shu's office. As they enter, they see Li Xiaoman smirking at them. While cleaning the classroom, she found the paper Liang Guo dropped and told Ms. Shu about it. Director Chen arrives and starts asking the students who wrote the answers. He threatens to expel them, so Lu Shishi admits it was her. Her parents arrive, and Lu Shishi's mother scolds her. Lu Shishi speaks up, saying she did it because their school prioritizes grades over anything else, which is discrimination. Director Chen tells her she should drop out if she hates the school. But Lu Shishi's parents convince him to give their daughter another chance, considering how intelligent Lu Shishi is. Director Chen agrees but tells Lu Shishi she can no longer talk to her friends. Back home, her mother continues scolding her, and Lu Shishi keeps talking back. Her mother takes a deep breath and tells her how her father constantly declines high-paying jobs. He needs to do this because his current job is linked to their school, which allows her to attend it. Her father tells her that they're only doing these things because they want her to live a comfortable and happy life in the future, making Lu Shishi sob. As Lu Shishi returns home from school one day, Doctor tells her they must help Wang Zihu and the others improve their study habits. Artist also says that the students who were caught cheating must get a score of 90% on the next test, or they'll get expelled. But Lu Shishi shouts at them, saying she needs to study because if she fails, she'll also get expelled. Lu Shishi tells the little people how her parents were proud of her before they arrived, making them quiet. Later, the little people grab all their things and leave Lu Shishi's bedroom. After some time, Pipilu arrives at Home's place, where the little people are staying. He gives them toys to use as their pieces of furniture. Doctor tells Pipilu to gather the other students so they can start their study group. The students gather, and Doctor spearheads their study. Through the little people's guidance, they all study individually and as a group. Later, as the little people fix Pipilu's helicopter to be used as a teaching tool, Lieutenant returns with Holmes and tells them he knows where they came from. They start packing their things, and when John asks him if he's sure, Lieutenant says yes. They plan to leave the next day after the students' exams, making Singer cry as she doesn't want to leave their friends. Suddenly, a large box is on top of them. The little people soon find themselves inside a jar in Li Xiaoman's room, with the girl staring at them. She tells them they must help her study like they did with Lu Shishi and Pipilu. But the little people refuse, making Li Xiaoman walk out. The next day, Pipilu rushes toward Lu Shishi, telling her the little people are missing. He tells her he'll find them, but Lu Shishi says the exams are about to start. Pipilu tells her their friend's safety is more important. Li Xiaoman places the little people inside a switch room. She leaves them there, but they work together and escape the jar. They look around and hear a noise as a rat appears. Singer tries talking to the rat, but she retreats when it lunges at her. The little people scramble as the rat chases them. Meanwhile, Lu Shishi puts down her pencil and attempts to walk out. Ms. Xu stops her, saying she'll be expelled if she doesn't take the exam. Despite that, Lu Shishi ignores her and leaves. She rushes down the stairs and starts yelling for her little friends' names. In the switch room, the little people are fighting valiantly against the rat but are losing. Lu Shishi keeps running around the campus, desperately searching for the little people. As the fight continues, the jar is pushed from the table, shattering on the ground. Lu Shishi hears this and goes inside the switch room. As she enters, the rat scurries away, and she reunites with her friends. Lu Shishi immediately sobs and apologizes to the little people. She takes them outside and asks them to come back. But before the little people can answer, an announcement tells Lu Shishi to go to Ms. Xu's office. Li Xiaoman returns to the switch room and discovers the little people aren't there. She turns on the light to see better, but, unfortunately, it causes a socket to spark. Lu Shishi returns to her classroom when suddenly, a fire breaks out. Smoke comes out, and Ms. Xu rushes to the room, telling the students to exit the building. The school is chaotic as the students and teachers desperately try to leave the campus. The smoke is getting thicker as the fire rages. Ms. Xu helps her students get down the stairs while the other teachers rush to gather water. Sadly, pieces of wood fall, cutting Lu Shishi and her friends' path to escape. Ms. Xu sees this and attempts to help them, but another teacher drags her away, saying it's too dangerous. Lu Shishi then tells her friends to head upstairs. Lu Shishi sees Li Xiaoman sitting on the floor. She finds out that Li Xiaoman hurt her leg, making it hard for her to walk. Lu Shishi helps her, and they proceed to a higher floor. They run through the hallway but meet a dead end. Lu Shishi sees that her friends are suffocating, so she tells them to cover their noses with their uniforms. Lu Shishi enters Ms. Xu's office and grabs the thermos. She pours water on the uniforms to help her friends breathe. Lu Shishi tells them to head to the rooftop and stay in the open air. They enter the rooftop and head to the edge as they call for help. A student sees them and notifies Ms. Xu, who then alerts everyone. The teachers rush toward them and pour water over the fire near them. Unfortunately, the water is running out. The students start sobbing as the situation looks hopeless. But the little people appear, and they use Pipilu's helicopter to deliver rope to the students on the rooftop. Lu Shishi and the others notice this, giving them hope. The little people drop the rope, and Liang Guo ties it around a metal handle. Pipilu, along with the principal and other students, grabs the other end of the rope. One by one, the students slide down the rope using their uniforms. Li Xiaoman apologizes to the little people before sliding down. Only Lu Shishi is left, but Lieutenant tells her the rope is on fire. She quickly positions herself and slides down the rope, but Lieutenant jumps off the helicopter, floating toward the rope using his suit. Lu Shishi sees this and immediately understands Lieutenant's actions. As he reaches the rope, he holds onto it and extinguishes the fire, ensuring it won't break until Lu Shishi is safe. As Lu Shishi reaches the ground, she sobs, knowing the sacrifice Lieutenant made. They rush him to the hospital, where the doctor says he needs Rh-negative blood to survive. They desperately search for a donor but find none. Luckily, Ms. Xu tells them her blood type is Rh-negative and will donate some to Lieutenant. Later, Lu Shishi's parents apologize to her, saying grades aren't the only essential things. Kindness and love are also important. Lieutenant comes out of the operating room and is awake, much to everyone's relief. After a while, Lu Shishi wins the City Achievement Award. She gets up on stage to receive her award and give her speech. Lu Shishi says everyone has a dream, and they should use their courage to pursue it bravely. She tells them that none of them are perfect children, but they all have their strengths and passion. Lu Shishi ends her speech by saying grades are important, but everyone should value other qualities. Everyone cheers upon hearing Lu Shishi's powerful speech. The little people and Lu Shishi say their final goodbyes. Her little friends thank her for everything, and Lu Shishi says she'll never forget them. Everyone holds back tears as the bittersweet moment approaches. The little people enter Pipilu's helicopter. An artist throws Lu Shishi a piece of paper before leaving. She opens it and sees a picture of herself with the little people. Then, Lu Shishi looks at the small helicopter before it disappears on the horizon. And the movie ends here. Subscribe the channel for more videos like this. And help the channel out to grow. Thanks for watching.